Across the vast expanse of the ocean, there are places where the water appears to shift in hue, as if a painter had chosen a darker shade for a specific spot on an otherwise uniform canvas. These are the blue holes, intriguing formations that at first glance seem tranquil and unremarkable. Viewed from above, they might look like perfect circles of deep blue ink dropped into the sea, standing out starkly against the lighter, more familiar turquoise of the surrounding waters. At the surface, a blue hole can seem quite ordinary, part of the seamless oceanic fabric stretching to the horizon. The water above them is often calm, the surface barely disturbed by wind or wave, maintaining an illusion of simplicity. Yet, as one approaches, there is a sense of entering a different world, a whisper of something beneath that belies the calm exterior. The change is subtle, like the quiet shift in a symphony when a new theme is introduced. The difference here is not just in color but also in feeling. The water takes on a darker, more profound shade, hinting at the mysteries hidden below. This change in hue is not merely decorative, it signals a transition from the shallow, sunlit waters to a vertical plunge into unknown depths. The edges of a blue hole may be blurred, where sand and coral give way to the abrupt descent, but the impact of this natural feature is clear, a gateway to the depths. The surrounding sea, alive with the movement of fish and the play of sunlight on waves, contrasts with the stillness of the blue hole. The open ocean is a dance of light and life, where currents weave through the water like invisible threads. In contrast, the blue hole seems to pause, an anomaly where time might slow and the sea itself holds its breath. It is a stillness that invites curiosity, a silent invitation to explore what lies beneath the surface. Here, in this quiet circle of water, the ocean's usual rhythm is interrupted. From above, there are no clues to the depths below, no markers to indicate the size or shape of the void that opens beneath the waves. Yet, the presence of a blue hole is unmistakable, a punctuation mark in the fluid sentence of the sea. The surface may be placid, but what lies beneath is a realm of mystery and intrigue, hidden from the casual observer and waiting to be discovered. In this place, where the ocean's character subtly shifts, one might feel the gentle pull of the unknown, the allure of the depths. The blue hole stands as a reminder that beneath the vast and often uniform surface of our planet, there lie pockets of the unexplored, places where the familiar gives way to the enigmatic. It is a quiet testament to the ocean's complexity, a feature that seems to whisper of stories untold, depths uncharted, and the enduring mystery of the natural world. Such is the nature of blue holes, tranquil yet profound, simple in their surface appearance yet rich with the promise of discovery. They invite contemplation, encouraging a pause to consider the world beneath the waves, a hidden universe within the ocean's embrace. As we drift over these dark circles in clear water, we are reminded of the beauty and complexity that lie just out of sight, waiting patiently to be revealed. From above, a blue hole appears as a simple, dark spot against the lighter hues of its surrounding waters. It is a feature that compels curiosity, a contrast that beckons the mind to wonder what lies beneath. However, this darkness is not merely a shadow or an optical illusion. It is a window into a complex world below, one that differs in significant ways from the ordinary seabed drop-offs found elsewhere. At its essence, a blue hole is a marine sinkhole, a vertical cavity that descends into the Earth's crust. Unlike the gentle slopes and gradual descents typical of most oceanic landscapes, blue holes plunge directly downwards, forming steep-walled chasms that can extend several hundred meters into the depths. This verticality is one of their defining features, separating them from the more gradual inclines of ordinary seabeds. The concept of a blue hole is rooted in geology and hydrology. The term itself conjures images of serene blue waters, yet its scientific meaning is specific. A blue hole is created when the ceiling of a limestone cave collapses. Over time, these caves, once above sea level, become submerged due to rising sea levels, leaving behind the vertical shafts visible today. These natural formations are often found near coastlines, both in the ocean and inland, where the conditions for their formation are just right. The formation of a blue hole begins long before water fills it. It is a process that starts with the Earth's ancient geological activities, the slow accumulation and erosion of limestone, and the gradual shifts of sea levels. As rainwater, slightly acidic, seeps through the ground, it begins to dissolve the limestone, creating networks of caverns and tunnels. Eventually, parts of these caverns collapse, forming the sinkholes that are later filled with water as sea levels rise. In contrast, ordinary seabed drop-offs are shaped primarily by the deposition of sediments and the gradual erosion of coastal landscapes. These drop-offs tend to be more gradual, the result of millions of years of sedimentation and geological uplift. They lack the dramatic vertical nature of blue holes, instead offering gentle slopes that extend into the deep. The distinct vertical alignment of blue holes also influences their internal environment. The walls of these formations often remain steep and unyielding, creating a unique ecological niche that is isolated from the surrounding sea. Unlike the open expanse of ordinary seabeds, blue holes offer confined spaces where different environmental conditions can prevail. These conditions, such as variations in salinity, temperature, and light, define the unique ecosystems within. Furthermore, blue holes are often much deeper than the immediate surrounding waters. This depth contributes to their mysterious allure, as they appear almost like a portal to another world. Ordinary drop-offs, by comparison, transition gradually into deeper waters, providing a less stark contrast between shallow and deep. The isolation of blue holes also means that they can contain distinct layers of water with varying properties. This stratification can result in different levels of oxygenation and salinity, creating a series of environments stacked one upon the other. Each of these layers can host its own communities of organisms adapted to the specific conditions found at each level. In ordinary seabeds, such stratification is less pronounced. The gradual slope and open connection to the wider ocean mean that water mixes more freely, leading to more homogeneous conditions throughout. The lack of distinct boundaries within ordinary drop-offs contrasts sharply with the layered nature of blue holes. As one descends into a blue hole, the journey passes through these discrete layers, each with its own characteristics. In some blue holes, the upper layers are oxygen-rich, supporting a variety of marine life, similar to that found in the open ocean. Below these, however, conditions can change dramatically. In many cases, a sharp decline in oxygen can occur, creating an anoxic environment where few organisms can survive. unlike the open slopes of ordinary seabeds, these anoxic layers in blue holes can preserve materials for millennia. Organic matter that sinks into these depths often remains undisturbed, shielded from decay by the lack of oxygen. This preservation ability makes blue holes a valuable archive of climatic and ecological history, a natural record of past environments locked away in their depths. In summary, blue holes distinguish themselves from ordinary seabed drop-offs through their unique formation, vertical structure, and isolated environments. Where typical seabeds slope gently and mix freely with the surrounding ocean, blue holes remain as steep vertical entities that hide stratified worlds within. They are natural formations that invite exploration and reflection, reminding us of the varied and intricate processes that shape the Earth's underwater landscapes. As you let your thoughts wander through the depths of these silent, dark waters, you may find a quiet appreciation for the unseen forces that craft such remarkable features in the fabric of our planet. In the vast expanse of the ocean, where sunlight dances across the surface, a blue hole presents itself with a profound, alluring darkness. From the surface, it appears almost as a shadow, a distinct circle of deeper blue amid the shimmering shallows. This stark contrast invites curiosity, as though it holds secrets beneath its calm exterior. The perception of darkness, however, is not an illusion or a trick of the eye, but rather a simple interplay of light and depth, an explanation rooted in the behavior of sunlight as it meets the ocean. Sunlight, that familiar cascade of electromagnetic waves, is composed of a spectrum of colors, each with its own wavelength. As these rays descend into the water, they begin a journey of transformation. The ocean acts like a vast, gentle filter, scattering and absorbing light in a quiet, systematic way. Shorter wavelengths, like those of the blue and green spectrum, penetrate the water more deeply than their longer red and yellow counterparts. Thus, as sunlight enters the ocean, the longer wavelengths are absorbed first, leaving behind the shorter blue wavelengths to dominate the color we perceive. Yet, this is only part of the story. The angle at which sunlight strikes the water's surface also plays a significant role. When the sun is high in the sky, its rays penetrate more directly, allowing more light to reach deeper layers. Conversely, when the sun is lower, such as during early morning or late afternoon, the light spreads across a greater area, reducing the depth it can penetrate. In a blue hole, the verticality of its structure means that light must travel a greater distance through water before it can reflect back, enhancing the perception of depth and darkness. Depth, too, is a crucial factor. The deeper the water, the more light it absorbs, with each meter increasingly diminishing the light available. In a typical seabed, the gradient of light changes gradually, with colors fading gently into the depths. But blue holes, with their sheer vertical walls, create a sudden plunge into darkness. Here, the depth is immediate, and the light's journey is cut short by the sheer volume of water it must pass through. This results in a strikingly deep blue, a color that feels almost otherworldly compared to the surrounding shallows. Another subtle player in this phenomenon is the clarity of the water itself. Clearer waters allow light to penetrate more deeply, enhancing the blue effect, whereas murkier waters scatter and absorb light more readily, dulling the intensity of color. In many blue holes, the water is remarkably clear, a testament to the lack of disturbance and the slow accumulation of sediment over millennia. This purity allows the blue to remain vivid and untouched by the turbid influences that might cloud lesser depths. In these quiet, isolated spaces, the play of light and water becomes an art form, painting the blue hole in shades that can vary with the time of day, the clarity of the sky, and the angle of the sun. It is a dynamic, living tableau, where depth and light converge to create a scene both simple and profound. The darkness is not a void, but a rich tapestry woven from the interactions of natural forces, a reminder of the ocean's capacity for both clarity and mystery. As we consider these elements, the blue hole's appearance becomes less enigmatic. It is a place where natural laws orchestrate a symphony of light and color, where depth is not just a measure of distance, but a canvas for the ocean's artistry. This deep blue is emblematic of the ocean's ability to transform light, creating a profound stillness that invites reflection. It is a gentle invitation to observe without haste, to understand without urgency, and to appreciate the subtle complexities of nature's quiet processes. In a time long before our current epoch, the Earth wore a different face. The Ice Ages, with their vast sheets of frozen water, held sway over the planet's climate. During these periods, much of the Earth's water was locked away in glaciers, causing sea levels to plummet. The coastlines extended further into what we now consider open ocean, revealing landscapes that are hidden beneath the waves today. In these cooler, drier times, the regions that now host blue holes were exposed as dry land. Imagine, if you will, a landscape of rocky outcrops and stretches of limestone, dotted with the entrances to caves that delve deep into the earth. These caves were sculpted over eons by the persistent action of water, which slowly carved out passages and chambers in the limestone bedrock. The air, cooler and clearer than we might find now, would have filled these subterranean spaces, creating environments that were both sheltered and stable. Animals and early humans might have found refuge here, using the caves for protection and perhaps even for ritual. In this way, the land was not just a surface to walk upon, but a three-dimensional world, with life extending into the depths of the earth. As time passed, these caves witnessed the slow but inexorable changes brought about by the shifting climate. The great ice sheets began to melt, releasing their hold on the water that had been sequestered within them for millennia. Sea levels rose, gradually encroaching upon the land that had been exposed during the glacial periods. The process was neither rapid nor dramatic. It was a gentle, relentless advance. Day by day, year by year, the ocean crept inland, reclaiming the territories it had lost. The entrances to these ancient caves, once open to the air, were submerged beneath the rising tides. The once dry pathways and chambers were filled with water, transforming them from cavities in the earth to the blue holes we observe today. These changes, though slow, were profound. The landscape was altered in ways that would have been imperceptible on a day-to-day basis, but became significant when viewed over centuries and millennia. What was once a dry and airy space became a submerged world, cut off from the surface and the air. In this transformation, the caves retained their essential character. Their walls, shaped by the ancient flows of water, remained much as they had been. The vertical shafts and winding passages were preserved, their intricate formations now hidden beneath a blanket of seawater. Thus, the blue holes stand as quiet witnesses to these ancient changes. They remind us of a time when the world was vastly different, and they whisper of the forces that have shaped the Earth over unimaginable spans of time. In their depths, the history of the planet is inscribed in layers of rock and sediment, telling a story of transformation and continuity. As we reflect on these submerged landscapes, we are reminded of the dynamic nature of our planet. The Earth is not static, it is a living entity, constantly evolving and reshaping itself. The blue holes, with their hidden depths and silent waters, are a testament to this ongoing process, a reminder that beneath the surface, the world is in a state of perpetual change. In this way, the blue holes serve as a bridge between past and present. They connect us to a time when the world was different, offering a glimpse into the geological and climatic forces that have shaped our environment. Through them, we can appreciate the slow, deliberate dance of water and rock, a dance that continues to this day, quietly altering the face of the Earth in ways both subtle and profound. The quiet persistence of nature is a theme that resonates throughout the story of the blue holes. These features, born of a time when the Earth was colder and drier, have endured through the ages, adapting to the changes wrought by warming climates and rising seas. Their existence is a testament to the resilience of natural systems, capable of withstanding the vicissitudes of time and tide. As we consider these ancient formations, we are reminded of our own place in the Earth's history. The blue holes, with their timeless presence, invite us to contemplate the passage of time and the enduring processes that shape our world. In their quietude, they offer a space for reflection, a moment to pause and consider the vastness of geological time and the fleeting nature of our own existence. Thus, in the stillness of the blue holes, we find not only a record of the past, but also a mirror for the present. They remind us of the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate balance of forces that sustain life on Earth. Through them, we glimpse the intricate web of relationships that defines our planet, a web that extends from the depths of the ocean to the highest peaks, encompassing every living thing. In this way, the blue holes serve as both a reminder and a lesson. They teach us about the power of nature, the slow and steady forces that shape our world. They invite us to listen to the whispers of the past, to appreciate the beauty and complexity of the Earth. Through them, we are encouraged to look beyond the immediate, to see the broader picture of which we are a part. And so, as we drift into the quiet depths of these submerged worlds, we are reminded of the continuity of life and the enduring presence of the natural world. The blue holes, with their calm and steady existence, offer a moment of peace in an ever-changing world, a space where time seems to stand still and the mysteries of the Earth unfold in gentle whispers. In the world of geology, the slow and steady work of natural processes often goes unnoticed by the casual observer. Beneath the surface, a silent yet profound transformation is continually underway. Limestone, a sedimentary rock composed primarily of the remains of marine organisms, is especially susceptible to these quiet forces of change. Over immense spans of time, it becomes the stage for a subtle, ongoing dance between rock and water. Rainfall, as gentle as it may seem, is one of the primary drivers in this geological story. As raindrops form in the atmosphere, they absorb carbon dioxide from the air, becoming slightly acidic. This dilute acid, known as carbonic acid, has the remarkable ability to dissolve limestone. Though the process is slow, it is inexorable. With each drop of rain that falls, there is a tiny interaction between the water and the rock. Over thousands of years, these interactions add up, gradually shaping the landscape in ways that are both intricate and profound. Limestone is unique in its composition, rich in calcium carbonate, a compound that reacts readily with carbonic acid. When this reaction occurs, the calcium carbonate dissolves, a process that creates a network of tiny fissures and voids within the rock. Over long periods, these voids grow larger, evolving from mere cracks into vast underground caverns. This relentless dissolution of limestone is not an event that can be observed in real time, but rather a process that unfolds on a geological timescale. Yet, it is this very process that forms the basis for the creation of blue holes and other karst features. The landscape above can appear deceptively solid, yet beneath, the ground is slowly being hollowed out. This hollowing is not uniform but varies according to the natural weaknesses in the rock, such as bedding planes and joints. These weaknesses guide the acidic water, directing where it will carve its path. Over time, entire systems of caves and channels can develop, hidden away from the surface world. The impact of this process is cumulative. Each year, the rain continues its work, ever so slightly enlarging the cavities within the limestone. Streams and rivers carrying this slightly acidic water further contribute to the process. As they flow across the landscape, they erode the rock, expanding existing channels and creating new ones. This interplay between water and stone is a fundamental aspect of the natural world, one that quietly transforms the environment over millennia. The slow work of limestone dissolution is a reminder of the patience of natural systems. Unlike the rapid changes brought about by human activity or natural disasters, this process is subtle and serene. It operates with a steadiness that seems almost timeless, a testament to the enduring power of Earth's natural forces. Through this gradual and continuous action, the very structure of the land is altered, leading eventually to the formation of the deep, mysterious blue holes that punctuate the ocean floor. In this way, the landscape is sculpted not by sudden, catastrophic events, but by the persistent and gentle action of water on rock. Limestone, once part of a vibrant marine environment, now serves as a canvas for nature's artistry. The resulting formations are complex and varied, each one a unique testament to the history of the planet's surface. As we consider the implications of this process, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of Earth's systems. The rain that falls today, seemingly insignificant, is part of a much larger cycle that shapes the world in profound ways. The rocks beneath our feet, though unyielding in appearance, are subject to the same forces, slowly yielding to the persistent touch of water. Understanding this process invites a sense of wonder at the slow, deliberate pace of nature. It encourages us to appreciate the intricate balance between the elements, a balance that has been maintained over millions of years. In the grand theater of Earth's history, the slow work of limestone and water is a story of transformation, a quiet reminder of the power and beauty inherent in the natural world. Beneath the tranquil surface of our planet, a quiet transformation takes place over many millennia. Limestone caverns, sculpted by the patient flow of water, weave their hidden paths through the earth. These subterranean spaces are vast, silent, and dark, holding secrets of geological processes that unfold at a pace too slow for human perception. As we explore these chambers with our minds, picture the stillness and the weight of rock above. Deep within the earth, these caverns are formed as rainwater, slightly acidic from absorbing carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, seeps through the ground. This water slowly dissolves the limestone, carving out hollow spaces that grow larger with each passing year. It is a process of gradual erosion as the rock yields to the persistent caress of water, creating tunnels and chambers that remain hidden from the world above. Over centuries, these caverns become a complex network, a testament to the unhurried power of nature. They are not static, they evolve, with the rock above them gradually thinning. The ceilings of these caverns, once sturdy and vast, begin to weaken as the relentless force of gravity exerts its pull. The ceiling is held in place by the balance between the rock's structural integrity and the eroding forces at work. Eventually, there comes a point where this balance is disrupted. The rock can no longer support its own weight, and the ceiling gives way. The collapse of a cavern roof is not a sudden event, but rather the culmination of countless subtle changes. It is the quiet surrender of stone to the inevitability of time and gravity. When the roof of a cavern finally yields, it creates a vertical shaft, an opening that extends upwards towards the surface. This newly formed shaft, often cylindrical in shape, offers a glimpse into the Earth's subterranean world. From above, it appears as an unremarkable depression in the landscape. But below, it plunges into darkness, marking the transition from horizontal passageways to a steep vertical descent. The collapse of the cavern roof is a moment of transformation, turning a hidden underground realm into a feature that now connects with the world above. Over time, rainwater and surface runoff begin to fill the shaft, gradually transforming it into a water-filled chasm. The water, clear and still, conceals the complexity and history of the space it now occupies. It is a process that continues long after the initial collapse, as the shaft fills, layer by layer, with rain and seawater. The water's surface, tranquil and reflective, belies the intricate structure below. The creation of these vertical shafts is a quiet testament to the Earth's dynamic nature. It highlights the balance between the forces that build the planet and those that slowly wear it away. These shafts, which will later become known as blue holes, mark the places where the Earth's inner workings are revealed in stark relief. They are reminders that even in the most stable of landscapes, change is always occurring, often unseen and unheralded. As we consider the formation of these vertical spaces, it is important to appreciate the scale of time involved. These processes unfold over thousands, even millions of years. They are not bound by the human scale of time, existing instead on a geological timeline, where change is measured in epochs and eras. This perspective invites a sense of patience, an understanding that the world is always in motion, even when it appears still. In the aftermath of a cavern's collapse, the newly formed shaft stands as a testament to the Earth's ability to reshape itself. It is a vertical journey through time, from the surface to the depths, marked by the slow accumulation of water, sediment, and the organic material that drifts down from above. These shafts, once hidden beneath layers of rock, become natural conduits, connecting the realms of air, earth, and water in a single, continuous line. The collapse of a cavern ceiling is, in essence, the Earth's way of revealing its own history. It is an invitation to explore the layers of rock and water, to understand the past that is preserved within their depths. As the shaft fills with water, it becomes a repository of history, holding clues to the climatic and ecological changes that have occurred over millennia. The stillness of the water within these shafts contrasts sharply with the dynamic forces that created them. It is a reminder that even in the presence of change, there is a place for quiet reflection and observation. This water, undisturbed and clear, allows us to peer into the past, offering a glimpse into the processes that shape our world. As we contemplate these vertical spaces, it is worth considering their role in the broader landscape. They are interruptions in the continuity of the Earth's surface, places where the familiar gives way to the unexpected. These shafts, formed by the collapse of cavern roofs, are a testament to the Earth's ongoing transformation, a reminder that beneath the surface lies a world in constant flux. In the end, the creation of a vertical shaft through the collapse of a cavern roof is a subtle yet profound event. It is a moment where the Earth's hidden architecture becomes visible, where the forces of erosion and gravity reveal the planet's inner workings. These shafts, which will later be recognized as blue holes, are windows into the geological processes that continue to shape our world, one quiet change at a time. As the water rises within these shafts, they become serene and mysterious, a reflection of the slow, steady nature of the Earth itself. They invite us to pause and consider the vastness of time and the quiet power of natural forces. Through their depths, we are reminded of the complexity and beauty of the world beneath our feet, a world that continues to evolve in ways both seen and unseen. The ocean has always been a gentle yet persistent architect, shaping the landscape over eons through its steady rise and fall. As the Earth's climate warmed after the last ice age, glaciers retreated and sea levels began their gradual ascent. This rise, though measured in millimeters per year, was enough to transform the world's coastlines over thousands of years. Where there were once dry, rocky expanses, the sea slowly encroached, reclaiming its ancient territories with quiet insistence. In some regions, this advance of the seas met with the limestone terrains that had, over countless centuries, developed networks of caves and caverns. These subterranean voids, formed by the slow dissolution of rock by slightly acidic water, lay silent and hidden beneath the surface. As the ocean levels rose, these features, once part of the terrestrial landscape, found themselves submerged. The water, clear and unhurried, began to fill these spaces, turning them from dry caverns into submerged blue holes. The process was not a sudden inundation, but rather a gradual flooding. The sea, moving with a patience born of geological time, seeped into the land, filling the lowest points first. As the water advanced, it crept into the cave systems, following the paths of least resistance, seeking out every hollow and depression. The transformation was imperceptible on a human timescale, yet relentless, as the ocean sought to reclaim the spaces it had once flowed over in ancient epochs. This rising of the seas was driven by both the melting of polar ice and the thermal expansion of seawater. As temperatures increased, the water expanded, further contributing to the encroachment upon the land. The interplay of these forces, melting ice and expanding water, created a powerful yet silent agent of change, altering landscapes with a consistency that belied its subtlety. In the newly submerged caves, the water was often trapped, forming isolated bodies cut off from the open sea. These blue holes became sanctuaries of stillness, where the ocean's motion was stilled and where the water sat quietly, layered and undisturbed. From above, the surface of these holes appeared deceptively calm, concealing the complex structure of the flooded caves beneath. The transition from land to sea reshaped ecosystems as life adjusted to the new conditions. Plants and animals that had once thrived in the dry cave environments either adapted to the submerged conditions or moved to higher ground. For those species that remained, the blue holes became unique habitats, where the isolation and stable conditions allowed for specialized forms of life to flourish. In this way, the ocean, by reclaiming these lands, did not erase them, but rather transformed them, creating new worlds beneath the waves. The blue holes, with their steep vertical sides and deep, dark waters, stand as reminders of the Earth's dynamic history. They are markers of past climates and changing seas, of times when the world was a different place altogether. The water that now fills these caverns is not only a testament to the ocean's reach, but also a reflection of its hidden depths. Each blue hole is a quiet archive, storing the story of its transformation within its depths. As the waters continue to rise and shift with the planet's ongoing changes, these features serve as both a memory of what was and a glimpse into the forces that continue to shape our world. In the stillness of these blue holes, one can sense the passage of time, not in the ticking of a clock, but in the slow, unyielding rise of the ocean. Here, the past and present converge, woven together by the gentle hand of the sea. Each drop of water that fills the cavern speaks of journeys long past, of a world that has always been in motion, ever changing, ever returning to the sea. In the gentle whisper of ocean currents, blue holes make their presence known by the sudden plunge of their vertical walls. These geological marvels, standing in stark contrast to the sloping contours of typical seabeds, invite us to ponder the forces that have shaped them. While the ocean floor generally spreads out in gentle gradients, blue holes defy this tendency with their abrupt descent. The steepness of these underwater structures can be attributed to the geological processes that govern their formation. Unlike the gradual buildup of sedimentary layers that form gentle slopes, the creation of a blue hole begins with the dissolution of limestone beneath the ground. Limestone, a rock composed primarily of calcium carbonate, is notably susceptible to erosion by water. Over time, slightly acidic water seeps through the earth, slowly dissolving the limestone and carving out caverns. This process occurs gradually over millennia, hidden from sight as it hollows the ground from within. As these subterranean caverns expand, the ceilings become ever thinner, until eventually they can no longer support their own weight. The inevitable collapse of these roofs creates a vertical shaft with walls that are straight and sheer. Unlike valleys formed by water or ice, which erode in smooth, sweeping arcs, the collapse of limestone caves results in the near-vertical walls characteristic of blue holes. This collapse is a sudden event, yet the conditions leading up to it develop slowly over geological timescales. The verticality of blue holes is also maintained by the very nature of the rock from which they are formed. Limestone tends to fracture along planes of weakness, which are often perpendicular to the surface. This natural tendency to break along flat plains contributes to the straight, vertical walls seen in these formations. As the sea later inundates these voids, the sharpness of the edges remains, preserved under the weight of the water column above. In the context of the ocean, the presence of a deep vertical drop creates unique conditions. Here, the usual interplay between sediment accumulation and erosion is altered. The vertical walls of blue holes do not readily accumulate sediment, as do the sloping seabeds nearby. Instead, sediment that enters a blue hole tends to fall directly to its depths, leaving the walls exposed and maintaining their sheer profile. Moreover, the absence of strong currents within these enclosed spaces means that erosion of the walls is minimal. In the open ocean, water movement can erode and reshape features over time, but within the confines of a blue hole, the water is often still. This stillness allows the walls to remain steep and unchanged over considerable periods. The geological constraints that favor these remarkable formations are a testament to the slow, often imperceptible forces at work beneath the Earth's surface. Each blue hole is a window into the processes that have shaped our planet, offering a glimpse into a world where time moves differently, where the patient work of water and rock creates features that seem almost out of place in their perfection. As we consider these vertical descents, we are reminded of the delicate balance between creation and destruction that governs our world. Blue holes stand as quiet witnesses to the power of natural forces, their sheer walls a testament to the relentless passage of time. These formations, so seemingly simple in their structure, are the result of complex interactions that span vast geological epochs. And so, the verticality of blue holes persists, a silent echo of ancient processes that continue to shape our world. As you drift in thought, let the image of these underwater cliffs settle into your mind, a reminder of the hidden intricacies beneath the ocean's surface. Here, in these serene depths, the Earth's history is inscribed in stone, waiting patiently for those who seek to understand its quiet mysteries. In the serene world of blue holes, there exists a phenomenon that defies the intuition of the casual observer. As one peers into these deep, still waters, it becomes apparent that there is more than meets the eye. Within these vertical confines, a quiet layering of water occurs, a delicate balance maintained by the principles of physics. Fresh water, light and buoyant, rests upon the denser, saltier seawater below. This separation is not immediately visible, but its presence is felt by those who understand the subtle interactions within these aquatic systems. The secret lies in the different densities of freshwater and seawater, a simple yet profound distinction shaped by the varying amounts of dissolved salts. Freshwater, often originating from rain or nearby streams, is lighter, allowing it to float atop the heavier, mineral-rich seawater. This natural stratification creates a distinctive layering effect, where the two types of water sit in harmony rather than blend, separated by an invisible boundary known as a halocline. This boundary, though unseen, is a testament to the delicate equilibrium that governs the blue hole's ecosystem. When rain falls or rivers feed into a blue hole, fresh water is introduced, gently spreading across the surface. The lighter water does not immediately mix with the saltier depths, instead forming a distinct layer that can persist over time. This phenomenon is a result of the molecular structure of water and the forces that act upon it. At the interface where the two layers meet, a subtle tension exists, preventing easy mixing. This tension is a product of the differing densities, and it creates a stable environment where each type of water can retain its unique properties. As sunlight filters through the surface, it interacts primarily with the upper layer of freshwater. This interaction influences the temperature and chemistry of the water, with the warmer, sunlit freshwater often encouraging a diverse community of life to thrive. Below this sunlit layer, the seawater remains cooler and darker, less affected by the external environment. This separation is not absolute, yet it is sufficient to create a marked difference in the conditions experienced by organisms at varying depths. Over time, the persistence of freshwater atop seawater can lead to fascinating ecological developments. Certain species adapt to the unique conditions present within each layer, exploiting the resources and living spaces available to them. Above, the freshwater supports life forms that are accustomed to less saline environments, while below, the saline depths harbor organisms adapted to higher salt concentrations. This vertical separation of habitats within a confined space contributes to the biodiversity that makes blue holes so intriguing. In some instances, the freshwater layer can also act as a lens, focusing sunlight into the depths below. This optical effect can enhance the visibility within the blue hole, allowing for a clearer view of the underwater features and inhabitants. The clarity of the water, combined with the light-enhancing properties of the freshwater layer, can create an almost ethereal effect, where the boundaries of reality seem to blur and merge. It is worth noting that the stability of the freshwater layer can be influenced by various factors, including weather patterns, tides, and human activity. Strong winds or storms can disrupt the delicate balance, causing the layers to mix and temporarily altering the conditions within the blue hole. However, given time and calm conditions, the stratification often re-establishes itself, as the natural forces at play work to restore the equilibrium. This gentle layering of water exemplifies the broader themes of balance and harmony found throughout nature. It serves as a reminder that even in the most unexpected places, the world operates according to fundamental principles that maintain order amidst apparent chaos. The layers within a blue hole are a microcosm of the interconnected systems that govern our planet, each one playing a role in the grand scheme of things. As one contemplates this phenomenon, it is easy to become lost in the tranquility of the scene. The quiet waters, layered and still, encourage a sense of peace and reflection. Here, in this unique environment, the interaction between freshwater and seawater offers a glimpse into the intricate workings of the natural world, where simplicity and complexity coexist in perfect harmony. It is a world where the subtle forces of physics shape the landscape, creating spaces where life can flourish, adapt, and evolve over time. In the quiet embrace of a blue hole, the water appears as a continuous expanse, yet beneath the surface, subtle boundaries quietly exist. These invisible layers, known as haloclines and chemoclines, delineate distinct internal worlds within the submerged realm. The halocline is a gentle transition where fresh water meets the denser salt water, forming a boundary that is not immediately visible to the casual observer. This layer represents the intersection of two worlds, each holding its own unique characteristics and life. Haloclines occur because of the differing densities of fresh water and seawater. Freshwater, being less dense, tends to rest atop the heavier saltwater, creating a natural divider. This division is not abrupt, but rather a gradual shift where the properties of each layer blend softly into one another. Such transitions are delicate, influenced by factors such as temperature, salinity, and the movement of the surrounding waters. Over time, these factors contribute to the stability or variability of the halocline, influencing the life forms that can adapt to these conditions. In deeper sectors of the blue hole, where sunlight begins to wane, chemoclines emerge. These layers are defined by changes in chemical composition rather than salinity. The most common chemocline is the boundary between oxygen-rich and oxygen-poor water, often marking a stark contrast in the life that inhabits each zone. Above the chemocline, the presence of oxygen supports a wider array of life, while below, anaerobic conditions limit the types of organisms that can thrive. As these layers form, they create distinct environments within the blue hole, each with its own ecological balance. The halocline and chemocline serve as barriers, restricting the movement of species between layers and influencing the evolution of life forms uniquely adapted to their specific environment. Microbial communities often flourish here, exploiting niches created by the varied chemical and physical conditions. These microorganisms play a crucial role in the cycling of nutrients, quietly maintaining the ecological equilibrium within the blue hole. Over the years, the stability of these boundary layers may shift with changes in climate and sea level. Small variations in temperature, salinity, or chemical composition can alter the depth and thickness of the halocline and chemocline, leading to changes in the distribution and diversity of life within the blue hole. These shifts are often gradual, occurring over decades or even centuries as the blue hole quietly adjusts to the external influences of its environment. As one descends through these layers, the experience can be disorienting. The visual clarity of the water may change, and the sensation of crossing a boundary can be felt physically. Divers often describe a marked change in temperature or a sudden dimming of light as they pass through the halocline or chemocline, a gentle reminder of the stratification that defines these underwater worlds. Such transitions, though invisible to the eye, are profound in their impact on the perception of the environment. The study of haloclines and chemoclines provides valuable insights into the dynamics of blue holes and the broader marine systems they are a part of. By understanding these boundary layers, scientists can infer past environmental conditions and predict future changes. Sediments trapped within these layers hold records of historical climate variations, offering a window into the Earth's climatic past. These records are not written in bold strokes, but rather in the subtle shifts of chemistry and biology preserved over millennia. In this way, blue holes serve as natural archives, preserving the slow and steady narrative of Earth's climatic history. The invisible boundaries within them are not merely divisions of water, but are also markers of time and change. They remind us of the intricate balance that sustains life, both above and below the surface, and the quiet, persistent forces that shape our world. As we continue to explore and understand these underwater phenomena, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and beauty of our planet's hidden landscapes. Beneath the surface of a blue hole, where light begins to dim and the water grows still, a gradual transformation occurs. Here, in these deeper layers, the familiar presence of oxygen, so abundant in the upper reaches, quietly fades away. The journey into the depths of a blue hole is a journey into a world where the rules of life subtly shift, dictated by the absence of this vital gas. Oxygen, as we know it, is a cornerstone of life in the watery realms near the surface. It supports a vibrant array of marine life, from the smallest plankton to the largest fish. This oxygen is primarily introduced into the water through the interface with the air above and the gentle churning of the ocean's surface by winds and waves. As one descends, however, the pathways for oxygenation become limited. The stillness of the blue hole's depths means less mixing and thus less opportunity for oxygen to travel downwards. In many blue holes, the water column is stratified into layers, each with its own distinct characteristics. The upper layers, where sunlight penetrates and photosynthesis occurs, are rich in oxygen. This is the realm where most life as we know it can thrive. However, as we descend beyond the reach of light and the warmth it carries, the water becomes colder and darker. Here, the consumption of oxygen by decomposing organic material outpaces its replenishment. This gradual decline in oxygen levels leads to the creation of an anoxic environment. Anoxic conditions are characterized by the complete absence of dissolved oxygen. This state arises when oxygen is not replenished at a rate sufficient to meet the demands of microbial and chemical processes. The limited circulation in these vertical shafts means oxygen-depleted water is not easily replaced with oxygen-rich water from above. Over time, the oxygen is used up, consumed by bacteria and other microorganisms breaking down organic matter that sinks from the layers above. Without oxygen, the dynamics of life change remarkably. In the absence of this life-sustaining element, only specialized organisms capable of surviving in low oxygen or no oxygen environments can persist. These organisms have evolved unique metabolic processes that do not rely on oxygen for energy production. Instead, they turn to other chemical reactions, often involving sulfur or nitrogen compounds. The presence of sulfate-reducing bacteria is a common feature in these oxygen-starved depths. These bacteria utilize sulfate, a compound abundant in seawater, as an alternative to oxygen for respiration. In doing so, they produce hydrogen sulfide, a compound that can be toxic to many forms of life. This hydrogen sulfide not only contributes to the unique chemistry of these environments, but also creates a barrier for most traditional marine life, which cannot tolerate such conditions. The prevalence of hydrogen sulfide, coupled with the absence of oxygen, creates a boundary that few organisms can cross. Above this line, life is abundant and varied. Below it, in the anoxic layers, it becomes sparse and specialized. This division creates a distinct separation, a quiet delineation between worlds governed by the availability of oxygen. The anoxic conditions within blue holes also have implications for the preservation of materials. In the absence of oxygen, the rate of decomposition slows significantly. Organic material, such as plant matter or even historical artifacts, can remain preserved for centuries, free from the decay processes that would otherwise break them down in oxygen-rich environments. This preservation offers a unique window into past climates and ecosystems, revealing insights into the history of these enigmatic formations. While the lack of oxygen might suggest a barren landscape, the reality is more complex. Anoxic environments can host a surprising variety of microbial life, each adapted to thrive in conditions that would be inhospitable to most organisms. These microbes play crucial roles in the cycling of nutrients and the transformation of chemical compounds, maintaining a delicate balance in these isolated systems. In this silent world, the absence of oxygen does not equate to the absence of life. Rather, it is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life on Earth, capable of surviving in even the most extreme conditions. The deeper layers of a blue hole are a reminder of the diversity of life and the myriad ways it has evolved to exploit every ecological niche, no matter how challenging. As we contemplate these depths, we recognize the intricate interplay between physical conditions and biological adaptation. The anoxic layers of blue holes serve as a microcosm of the broader marine environment, illustrating how life can persist and adapt when faced with the seemingly insurmountable challenge of an oxygen-deprived world. Here, in the quiet depths, life continues its subtle dance, governed by the gentle rhythms of chemistry and time. In the cool, dark recesses of a blue hole, life persists in forms both remarkable and unassuming. Here, far from the sunlight's generous touch, a quiet world unfolds, one that thrives at the very edges of possibility. In these depths, complex ecosystems are replaced by the simplicity of microbial life. Their presence is a testament to resilience in an environment that challenges the very essence of survival. Microorganisms, unseen to the naked eye, form the foundation. They inhabit the inhospitable layers where oxygen dwindles and the water grows still. Unlike the bustling reefs or sunlit shallows, these depths are home to creatures that have adapted to an existence that demands both patience and persistence. It is a place where life does not flourish in abundance, but rather ekes out a presence, sustained by the minimal resources available. Within this submerged realm, bacteria play a crucial role in maintaining balance. They engage in cycles of decomposition, breaking down organic material that drifts from above. In doing so, they release nutrients necessary for other forms of life, ensuring that even in scarcity, the cycle of life continues. Their work is slow and methodical, a testament to the gradual processes that govern these environments. Some bacteria have adapted to thrive in the absence of light, drawing energy from chemical reactions rather than sunlight. This process, known as chemosynthesis, allows them to convert inorganic molecules into organic matter. It is a quiet transformation, one that occurs without fanfare, yet sustains the fragile ecosystem around them. These bacteria form mats on the walls and floors, their presence a subtle reminder of life's tenacity. In the layers where light is absent, other microorganisms, such as archaea, find their niche. These ancient organisms are among the most resilient life forms on Earth. They can survive in extreme conditions, including the high salinity and low oxygen levels found in blue holes. Their ability to adapt to such harsh environments speaks to the remarkable diversity of life and its capacity to endure against the odds. The inhabitants of these dark waters are not limited to the microscopic. Larger organisms, though sparse, also call this place home. Some species of shrimp and small crustaceans have adapted to the low-light environment, their eyes sometimes reduced or absent altogether, Instead, they rely on other senses to navigate their surroundings, a testament to the adaptability that life exhibits in the face of adversity. Occasionally, organisms from the sunlit world may wander into these depths, only to find themselves in a landscape utterly unlike their own. Here, food is scarce, and conditions are harsh. Many cannot survive for long, but their presence provides a temporary boon to the resident microbes and scavengers who benefit from the influx of organic material. It is a reminder of the interconnectedness of life, where even the smallest exchange can ripple through the ecosystem. Despite the challenges, life at the margins continues, a testament to evolution's ability to carve out niches in even the most unlikely places. The organisms that inhabit these depths do not merely survive, they contribute to a delicate balance that sustains the ecosystem. Their existence is a quiet affirmation of life's persistence, even when faced with conditions that seem inhospitable. These communities, though sparse, provide a glimpse into the past, echoing the conditions of ancient Earth. They remind us that life began in the oceans, in environments where oxygen was scarce and sunlight barely penetrated the depths. In this way, blue holes offer a window into the origins of life, a living archive of Earth's evolutionary history. As one contemplates the life forms that inhabit these depths, it becomes clear that their survival is a dance of adaptation and resilience. Each organism plays a role in the subtle, interconnected web that sustains the ecosystem. The microbes and other creatures of the blue hole are quiet sentinels, their existence a reminder of the intricate balance that governs natural systems. The resilience of life in such a harsh environment speaks to the broader adaptability of living organisms. It is a gentle reminder that life finds a way even in the most unexpected places. In the cool, dark waters of a blue hole, life persists, whispering stories of survival and adaptation to those who pause to listen. Here, at the margins, life continues its quiet dance, a testament to the enduring spirit of the natural world. Beneath the surface of a blue hole, where sunlight begins to fade and warmth dwindles, a profound quiet descends. The upper layers teem with life, but as one ventures deeper, a different world emerges. One where the energetic dance of marine creatures gives way to an almost palpable stillness. Here, the forces of decay become subdued, and movement slows to a gentle crawl. In these depths, the process of decomposition, so vigorous in the sunlit waters above, loses its urgency. The absence of oxygen, a vital component for most life processes, creates an environment where few organisms can thrive. Bacteria and microbes that have adapted to these challenging conditions perform their roles in the ecosystem at a leisurely pace. They are the silent custodians of this submerged realm, breaking down organic matter with patience and efficiency that belies the urgency of life above. At these levels, the water is often cold and dense, a stark contrast to the warmer, bustling shallows. The layers of water, defined by their varying compositions, form a barrier that few creatures can penetrate. As a result, organic material descends slowly, encountering less resistance and fewer scavengers. The slow pace at which it moves allows it to remain largely intact, settling gently on the floor, where it will contribute to the sediment over time. The stillness of the water plays a crucial role in preserving this unique environment. With little circulation, the deeper layers remain undisturbed, fostering an environment where decay is not hurried. The absence of currents means that particles in the water are not easily swept away, allowing them to accumulate gradually. It is a world where the passage of time feels almost suspended, each moment blending seamlessly into the next with minimal interruption. As one peers into these depths, the silence becomes more than an absence of noise. It is a presence in its own right. This quietude is punctuated only by the occasional, almost imperceptible movement of tiny organisms that have made this world their home. They are specialists, thriving where others cannot, their life processes adapted to the sparse conditions. They consume what little organic matter drifts down, their metabolic rates slow, perfectly attuned to the languid pace of their surroundings. Without the dynamic presence of larger predators or the bustling activity of fish, the biological interactions in these layers are subtle and unobtrusive. It is an ecosystem of minimalism, where each action is deliberate and measured. The absence of competition allows for a delicate balance, where resources are scarce, yet sufficient for those who have adapted to this way of life. Over time, the organic material that does not get consumed becomes a part of the sediment. Here, it forms a record of the past, undisturbed by the chaotic forces that shape the world above. Each layer of sediment tells a story, capturing traces of the life that once thrived in the waters above. These stories are not loud or dramatic, but quiet whispers that speak of gradual change and enduring stability. In this silent world, the absence of sound and movement creates a space for reflection. It reminds us of the complexity and diversity of life, even in places where it seems life should not exist. The blue hole, with its layers of stillness, offers a glimpse into the slow rhythms of the natural world, where processes unfold at their own pace, indifferent to the rush of time. As we consider this tranquil environment, it becomes clear that the silence below the living zone is not an absence of life, but a different expression of it. It is a reminder that ecosystems are as varied as the creatures they support, each one perfectly suited to its unique conditions. Here, in the depths of the blue hole, life continues its quiet existence, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of nature. In the tranquil stillness of a blue hole, where light barely reaches the depths, time seems to stretch and bend. These mysterious underwater sinkholes offer a unique environment where the slow pace of natural processes preserves the past in an almost pristine state. As you imagine yourself drifting into these depths, consider the role of oxygen, or rather, the lack of it. In this preservation, in most aquatic environments, oxygen is a vital component of life. It fuels the processes of decay, allowing organic matter to break down and return to the ecosystem. In a blue hole, however, the deeper layers are often anoxic, meaning they are devoid of oxygen. This absence of oxygen slows the decay process to a near standstill, effectively halting the usual cycle of life and death. Organic materials, whether they be fragments of plants, the remains of sea creatures, or even human artifacts, are left almost untouched by time. The water within a blue hole is remarkably still, shielded from currents and disturbances that might otherwise bring in fresh, oxygenated water. The calm extends a protective embrace over the depths, ensuring that the layers of sediment and whatever they might conceal remain undisturbed. This stillness is further enhanced by the vertical nature of blue holes, which limits the penetration of light and warmth, creating a cold, dark environment where few organisms can survive to disrupt the peace. In these conditions, bacteria and other decomposers find it difficult to thrive. Without these agents of decay, organic materials become encapsulated in layers of sediment. Over centuries, these layers accumulate slowly, each new deposit gently settling over the last, forming a record of the past that remains unspoiled by the past that remains unspoiled by the passage of time. In essence, a blue hole becomes a natural archive, its depths holding secrets of eras long forgotten. As you consider these layers, imagine the quiet work of time, building upon itself in gradual, almost imperceptible increments. Each layer of sediment tells a story, a whisper from the past that speaks of changing climates, ancient ecosystems, and events that have come and gone. The preservation of organic materials in blue holes provides a window into these stories, offering scientists and researchers glimpses of a world that existed thousands of years ago. These preserved materials can include anything from plant pollen and microscopic organisms to larger remains such as bones or shells. Each find has the potential to reveal something new about the history of our planet. Pollen grains, for instance, can indicate what types of vegetation once thrived in the area, shedding light on past climates and ecological conditions. In some cases, even the remains of ancient humans or their artifacts have been discovered, providing direct links to our ancestors and their ways of life. The preservation of artifacts and organic materials in blue holes is not only a testament to the unique environmental conditions within these formations, but also a reminder of the interconnectedness of natural systems. The balance that exists within a blue hole is delicate, and even small changes can tip the scales, altering the conditions that allow for this remarkable preservation. Yet, for now, these submerged time capsules continue to guard their secrets, offering a tantalizing glimpse into the depths of history. As you let your mind wander through these submerged archives, consider the quiet beauty of this preservation process. It is a gentle reminder that, beneath the surface of our world, there are places where time moves differently, where the past is not so distant, and where the stories of ancient worlds are preserved in the stillness and darkness of deep waters. In this way, blue holes serve as both a scientific curiosity and a philosophical reflection on time and memory. They are reminders that in the natural world, even the most seemingly inhospitable environments can harbor life and history, waiting patiently for those who seek to understand them. As you drift through this thought, you may find a sense of peace in the continuity of nature's slow, deliberate processes, echoing the rhythms of a world that stretches back far beyond our own understanding. In the quiet expanse of the ocean, blue holes present themselves with a striking simplicity. Their surfaces, often placid and unassuming, belie the complexity of the world beneath. As one gazes upon this phenomenon, the mind begins to wonder, considering how such vertical structures are measured. In contrast to the broad landscapes that stretch horizontally, blue holes demand a different approach, one that respects their vertical nature and the mysteries they conceal. The process of measuring depth in these vertical worlds is a delicate art. Traditional methods of mapping the ocean floor, which rely on spreading outward, are of little use here. Instead, the task is to descend, to follow the plunge of the earth into the depths. This requires a combination of precision and patience, as instruments are carefully lowered into the darkness, recording the gradual journey downward. Sonar technology plays a crucial role in this endeavor, by emitting sound waves that travel through the water and reflect off the surfaces below. Sonar provides a glimpse into the depths. The returning echoes offer clues about the contours of the hole, painting a picture of its vertical walls and the abyssal floor. Yet, even with this technology, the task is far from simple. Variations in water temperature and salinity can affect the speed of sound, creating challenges that must be met with careful calibration and understanding. As the sonar equipment descends, it encounters layers within the water. These layers, defined by differences in temperature and salinity, can distort the path of sound waves. The echoes that return are shaped by these invisible boundaries, revealing the layered nature of the blue hole. Each layer tells a story of its own, a silent narrative written in the language of water and time. Beyond sonar, divers too have ventured into these depths, though their experiences are vastly different. For them, the journey is not just one of measurement, but also of immersion. As they descend, the light fades, and the world around them becomes a study in shades of blue. The pressure increases, a constant reminder of the weight of the water above. In these conditions, the sense of depth is not merely a number, but a visceral experience. Divers often work in tandem with technology, their observations adding a human perspective to the data collected by machines. They note the textures of the walls, the presence of marine life, and the subtle changes in water temperature. These observations, though subjective, enrich the understanding of the blue hole, providing context that pure data cannot convey. Despite the challenges, measuring the depth of a blue hole is a pursuit that continues to captivate the human spirit. It is an exploration of the unknown, a journey into a realm where the ordinary rules of the ocean seem to fade away. The vertical nature of blue holes serves as a reminder that the Earth is not merely a flat plane, but a complex structure with hidden dimensions waiting to be discovered. The data collected from these depths holds value beyond mere numbers. It contributes to a broader understanding of oceanic processes, assisting scientists in piecing together the history of our planet. The sediments that settle at the bottom of blue holes carry records of past climates, offering insights into how the Earth has changed over millennia. Each measurement, therefore, becomes part of a larger narrative, one that stretches back through time and into the future. In the pursuit of depth, there lies a quiet satisfaction. It is the knowledge that, even in the vastness of the ocean, there are still places of profound mystery. The blue holes, with their vertical descent, invite us to delve deeper, to push the boundaries of what we know. And as we continue to measure and explore, we are reminded of the delicate balance between discovery and the enduring enigma of the natural world. Beneath the tranquil surface, blue holes hold layers of mystery and challenge. The allure of these deep vertical voids can be irresistible, yet they demand respect and caution. As one descends into their depths, the world above fades, leaving behind the familiar sense of orientation. The water, at first welcoming, soon begins to play tricks on the mind. Without landmarks or a clear horizon, divers can easily lose their sense of up and down. Everything becomes a dance of light and shadow, where the simple act of swimming can feel disorienting. Moving deeper, the water changes. It becomes a stratified puzzle where layers of varying temperature and salinity create invisible barriers. Each layer holds its own secrets, and crossing them can be unsettling. The halocline, for instance, is where freshwater meets saltwater, creating a blurred boundary that distorts vision. It's as if the water itself is breathing, shifting in a gentle, deceptive rhythm. Divers must navigate through this unseen tapestry, knowing that what lies ahead may be vastly different from what they've just passed through. Then there are the toxic layers, where chemistry takes on a more sinister role. At certain depths, hydrogen sulfide can accumulate, a gas that turns the water into an inhospitable realm. Odorless and colorless, it poses a silent threat, affecting both equipment and the human body. Breathing becomes a more conscious effort, and the mind must remain vigilant against the creeping effects of such exposure. This is not a place for the unprepared, for even a moment's lapse can lead to peril. Depth itself is a challenge. As one descends, the pressure of the water increases steadily, compressing the air in a diver's lungs and equipment. This physical change requires careful management, as equalizing pressure is crucial to avoid discomfort or injury. The deeper one goes, the less forgiving the environment becomes, demanding precision and calm. Here, any rapid ascent or sudden movement can lead to decompression sickness, a risk that underscores the importance of a measured and deliberate approach. Visibility often diminishes with depth, where light is swallowed by the water, leaving only a muted glow from a diver's torch. In these dim conditions, the mind can play tricks, interpreting shadows as solid forms or mistaking the presence of life where there is none. Divers must trust their instruments and training, relying on the steady tick of time and depth gauges to guide their journey. The silence is profound, broken only by the sound of one's own breathing, a reminder of the thin boundary between safety and the unknown. Returning to the surface is a gradual process, a reversal of the descent that requires patience and care. Ascending too quickly can bring about the bends, a painful and dangerous condition. Instead, divers pause at intervals, allowing their bodies to adjust to the decreasing pressure. This is a time for reflection, for the slow realization of how the body and environment are intertwined in a delicate balance. In the end, blue holes are both a wonder and a warning. They invite exploration but demand respect. For those who venture into their depths, the experience is a testament to the power of nature's hidden wonders and the resilience required to explore them safely. As one emerges back into the light, there is a renewed appreciation for the surface world, where air and land offer a comforting embrace, free from the challenges below. Beneath the tranquil surface of a blue hole, the past rests in quiet layers. Each sedimentary deposit, settled over time, tells a story of the Earth's climate long before human memories took shape. These layers, undisturbed by the currents of the open sea, act as a serene archive, recording the planet's shifting moods in the language of geology. The journey of a single grain of sediment begins far from the blue hole itself. It might originate as a fragment of rock broken down by the patient work of weathering, or as a particle of organic matter once part of a living organism. Carried by rivers and streams, or perhaps blown by the wind, these particles eventually find their way into the calm waters of a blue hole. Here they descend slowly through the water column, settling gently on the bottom, layer upon layer, through millennia, These sediment layers are more than mere deposits. They are chronicles of ancient climates. Each layer represents a moment in time, a snapshot of environmental conditions when it was laid down. In years when storms were frequent, the layers may contain coarser grains carried by the force of turbulent waters. In contrast, periods of calm weather might result in finer, more homogeneous layers, a testament to quieter times. The colors within these layers can also speak volumes. Darker bands may indicate higher organic content, suggesting times of abundant life or increased nutrient flow. Lighter bands, often rich in carbonates, might point to drier periods when evaporation left minerals behind. These subtle variations allow scientists to read the climate's past behavior, much like the rings of a tree tell the story of its growth. Sea levels have also left their mark within these vertical archives. During ice ages, when vast glaciers locked away the world's water, sea levels dropped, exposing blue holes to the air. In these times, layers of terrestrial dust and plant material might be found, sandwiched between aquatic deposits. Conversely, when the ice melted and seas rose, marine sediments would dominate, marking a return to underwater conditions. The precision with which these layers record the passage of time is remarkable. Radiocarbon dating, a delicate scientific tool, allows researchers to determine the age of organic materials within the sediments. Through this process, it becomes possible to construct a timeline of climatic events, stretching back tens of thousands of years. Each dated layer adds another piece to the complex puzzle of Earth's climatic history. Yet, this archive does not only record major climatic shifts, it also captures the rhythm of seasonal changes. Pollen grains, preserved within the sediments, reveal the types of vegetation that flourished nearby, indicating shifts in temperature and precipitation. Diatoms, a type of algae found within the water column, leave behind silica shells that can inform scientists about the salinity and nutrient levels of the water at different times. These microfossils, alongside isotopic analyses, provide insights into the subtle fluctuations in climate that might otherwise go unnoticed. They weave a detailed tapestry of the past, revealing how ecosystems responded to changes in temperature and moisture. Such detailed records are invaluable, offering a window into the resilience and adaptability of life in response to shifting environmental conditions. Understanding past climates through blue hole sediments not only satisfies our curiosity, but also informs our future. By recognizing patterns in historical climate behavior, scientists can better predict how current and future changes might unfold. This knowledge is particularly crucial as we face the challenges of global warming and its potential impacts on our world. The sediments quietly document periods of drought and deluge, memories of times when the balance between water and land shifted dramatically. Such records remind us of the Earth's dynamic nature, its capacity for change both gradual and sudden. Through these layers, we glimpse the interplay between the Earth's systems, the ocean's deep influence on climate, and the delicate equilibrium that has sustained life for millions of years. In the stillness of these submerged archives, there is a sense of continuity. The layers remind us that the Earth's climate has always been in a state of flux, constantly evolving in response to both internal and external forces. This perspective encourages a more profound appreciation of the present, a reminder that the climate we experience today is but a single chapter in a much longer story. As researchers continue to study these sedimentary records, they deepen our understanding of past climates, enhancing our ability to navigate the uncertainties of the future. In this way, blue holes serve not only as portals to the past, but as guides for the future, offering lessons in resilience and adaptation. The depths of a blue hole, with their sedimentary secrets, invite us to reflect on the vastness of time and the intricate connections that bind the Earth's systems together. They teach us patience and humility, reminding us that the world we inhabit is both ancient and ever-changing, shaped by forces that operate on scales far beyond our immediate perception. In this quiet exploration of sediment layers, we find a gentle reminder of the world's enduring rhythms, encouraging us to listen more closely to the whispers of the past as we chart our course through the present and into the future. In the quiet heartlands, far removed from the rhythmic pulse of the ocean tides, there lie features that echo the mysteries of the blue holes found at sea. These inland blue holes, though often less celebrated, share a kinship with their oceanic counterparts. They are windows into the Earth's past, subtle reminders of the forces that shape our planet over eons. These inland phenomena often appear as flooded sinkholes, nestled within landscapes you might not expect to harbor such secrets. They might be found amidst a dense thicket of trees, or perhaps in the open expanse of a meadow, where the land seems to dip unexpectedly into shadow. The surface of these water-filled depressions is often a deep, reflective blue, mirroring the sky above while hinting at the mysteries that lie beneath. Inland blue holes are, in essence, the remnants of ancient geological processes. The ground beneath our feet is not as solid as it might appear, and over time, the subtle interplay of water and rock creates cavities and voids. These features are often born of the same processes that create their oceanic relatives. Slightly acidic rainwater seeps into the ground, dissolving limestone and other soluble rocks, carving out vast networks of caves and tunnels within the Earth's crust. When these underground caverns collapse, they create openings at the surface. In regions far from the sea, these openings can fill with rainwater or groundwater, creating the tranquil pools we see today. The water, often appearing deceptively calm, belies the complexity of the environment beneath. It is a quiet reminder that even in the absence of the ocean, the same forces are at play, reshaping the land in ways both imperceptible and profound. The water in these inland blue holes is typically fresh, yet it shares some characteristics with the saltwater blue holes of the ocean. In both cases, the water is often stratified, with layers of differing temperatures and chemistries. This stratification can create unique ecological niches, supporting life forms that are finely tuned to their specific layer. The surface might teem with organisms familiar to us, while the depths remain a world apart, often anoxic and hostile to most forms of life. The depth of these features can be surprising. What appears at first glance to be a shallow pool may, in fact, extend hundreds of feet below the surface. The water, clear and unassuming, offers little clue to the true scale of the void beneath. Divers who venture into these depths often report a sense of descending into another world, where the light fades and the surroundings become otherworldly. These inland blue holes can also serve as natural archives, preserving clues about the past climate and environmental conditions of their regions. Much like their oceanic counterparts, the sediments that accumulate at the bottom hold records of changes in rainfall, vegetation, and even human activity over millennia. By studying these layers, scientists can piece together the history of the landscape, gaining insights into how it has evolved over time. Beyond the scientific intrigue, there is something inherently captivating about these features. They capture the imagination, drawing us into a contemplation of the unseen forces that sculpt our world. Standing at the edge of an inland blue hole, one might feel a connection to the ancient processes that continue to shape the Earth, a reminder of the planet's dynamic and ever-changing nature. Inland blue holes, like those found along coastlines, challenge our perceptions of the landscape. They prompt us to consider the hidden depths beneath the surface, the unseen caverns and tunnels that lie just out of view. These are places where the Earth's history is written in water and stone, where the passage of time is etched into the very fabric of the ground. While they may lack the drama of crashing waves and ocean currents, inland blue holes offer their own quiet allure. They are places of solitude and reflection, where one can ponder the slow, deliberate processes that give rise to such features. In these tranquil settings, time seems to stretch and bend, allowing us a glimpse into the long and intricate history of the Earth. As we explore these inland blue holes, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all things. The processes that create these features are universal, transcending the boundaries between land and sea. They teach us that the world is a tapestry of patterns and cycles, each thread woven into the next in a complex and beautiful design. The study of these inland features continues to reveal new insights, offering a window into the past and a lens through which to view the future. By understanding the forces that shape them, we gain a greater appreciation for the resilience and adaptability of the natural world. These quiet, unassuming features prompt us to look beyond the surface, to consider the vast and intricate systems at work beneath our feet. Inland blue holes, with their serene and enigmatic presence, are more than just geological curiosities. They are reminders of the patience and persistence of nature, the slow and steady forces that carve out the landscapes we inhabit. They invite us to pause and reflect, to marvel at the artistry of the Earth, and to appreciate the quiet power of time and water. In the vast expanse of our planet's waters, there exists a peculiar fascination with the concept of depth. It is a fascination that compels us to explore, to seek out the deepest, darkest recesses of the ocean's floor. These are the blue holes, enigmatic and serene, whose vertical voids beckon with an unspoken promise of discovery. It is as if these underwater chasms hold secrets of the Earth's past, waiting patiently for those who dare to seek them. The allure of blue holes is not merely in their mysterious presence, but in the challenge they present to human curiosity. There is an intrinsic desire within us to measure the immeasurable, to map the unmapped. In the quiet depths where sunlight fades and pressure mounts, we find a canvas untouched by time, an emptiness that demands to be understood. It is a quest driven by both science and the simple human urge to know. For centuries, we have gazed at horizons and pondered the unseen worlds beneath the waves. The search for deeper blue holes is a natural extension of this age-old quest. With each new discovery, we gain a glimpse into the geological processes that shape our planet, revealing the slow, deliberate forces that carve these vertical abysses. Yet, it is not just the scientific insights that draw us in, but the profound sense of wonder that accompanies each descent. In a world where so much is known and mapped, blue holes stand as anomalies. They are places where conventional rules of exploration are turned on their head, where depth replaces distance and the vertical journey supplants the horizontal. To explore a blue hole is to confront the unknown in its purest form, to venture into a realm where the familiar gives way to the alien. The act of naming these features is itself an assertion of human presence. It is a way of claiming a piece of the unknown, of bringing it into the realm of the known. Names offer a semblance of order to the chaos of the deep, providing a reference point in an otherwise featureless expanse. They are markers of our passage, reminders of the discoveries made and the stories yet to unfold. Yet, the pursuit of deeper blue holes is not without its challenges. The very nature of these formations makes them difficult to explore. Their sheer walls and narrow confines demand specialized techniques and equipment, pushing the boundaries of what current technology can achieve. Each expedition to the depths is a dance with danger, a careful negotiation with the elements that guard these hidden worlds. Despite these challenges, the drive to explore persists. It is fueled by a fundamental aspect of human nature, the desire to push beyond limits, to see what lies beyond the horizon. In the context of blue holes, this desire is amplified by their enigmatic nature. Each descent is a step into the unknown, a journey that promises both peril and potential. As we delve deeper, we uncover layers of history preserved in sediment and stone. These layers tell tales of climates past, of glacial periods and warming seas, of times when the Earth was a very different place. In this way, blue holes serve as time capsules, offering insights into the planet's geological and climatic history. They remind us of the planet's capacity for change, of the slow, unceasing rhythms that govern its evolution. The exploration of blue holes is a testament to human perseverance. It is a reflection of our enduring curiosity, a manifestation of our relentless pursuit of knowledge. In seeking out these depths, we are not merely mapping the physical contours of the Earth, but are also charting the limits of our understanding. Each new discovery expands the boundaries of what we know, offering fresh perspectives on the complex interplay of forces that shape our world. There is something profoundly humbling about standing at the edge of a blue hole. Gazing into its depths, it is a reminder of the scale and complexity of the natural world, of the intricate patterns that underlie its surface. In these moments, we are confronted with the vastness of the unknown, with the realization that even in the age of satellite imagery and global mapping, there are places that remain untouched by human hands. This humility is accompanied by a sense of responsibility. As we explore these fragile environments, we are reminded of the need to tread lightly, to preserve the delicate balance that sustains them. Blue holes are not merely subjects for study, they are ecosystems in their own right, harboring unique forms of life adapted to their extreme conditions. Our explorations must be guided by a respect for these environments, ensuring that their mysteries endure for future generations to unravel. In the end, the search for deeper blue holes is about more than measuring depths or charting new territories. It is about embracing the spirit of exploration, about pursuing the unknown with a sense of wonder and awe. It is an acknowledgement of the vastness of the universe and our small place within it. As we continue to explore these underwater realms, we are reminded of the beauty and complexity of the world we inhabit, of the endless possibilities that lie beneath the surface. Through this pursuit, we reaffirm our connection to the Earth, recognizing that its mysteries are inexhaustible and its wonders boundless. The search for deeper blue holes is a journey without end, a perpetual quest that mirrors the very nature of human curiosity. It is a journey that invites us to look beyond the familiar, to explore the depths of the unknown, and to discover the hidden stories that await beneath the waves. Beneath the tranquil azure of the sea, where the horizon stretches in an unbroken line, lies a world that defies the continuity of the landscape. Blue holes, those enigmatic voids, serve as profound interruptions in the seascape. They appear unremarkable at first glance, a mere darkened patch amidst the radiant blue of the ocean. Yet, with closer reflection, they reveal themselves as portals to a realm where the familiar gives way to the extraordinary. The surface of the ocean is a canvas of perpetual motion, waves rippling softly in an endless cycle. Beneath this surface, the blue hole descends into depths unfathomable to the casual observer. It is here that the ocean floor, usually a gentle slope of sand and sediment, is abruptly interrupted by a vertical plunge. This is a place where the sea itself seems to pause, considering the depths below before spilling gently over the edge. In this aquatic landscape, blue holes are reminders of the Earth's unfinished nature. The world above might seem complete, its meadows and mountains bound by the sky. But beneath the surface that seems so solid and certain, lies evidence of a planet still in the process of becoming. The Earth, it seems, is perpetually in a state of transformation, its surface a mere veneer over a core that is ever shifting and evolving. The idea of a hollow Earth has long fascinated the human mind. It speaks to the curiosity that drives us to explore the unknown, to peer into the dark spaces that lie beyond our immediate understanding. Blue holes are the physical manifestation of this concept, offering a glimpse into the mysteries that lie beneath our feet. They remind us that the planet is not merely a solid mass, but a collection of layers, each with its own story to tell. As one gazes upon a blue hole, there is a sense of something out of place, an anomaly in the natural order. This is not a flaw, but a feature of the Earth's complex system. It is a testament to the forces that have shaped our world over millennia, forces that continue to mold it even now. The blue hole stands as a marker of geological time, a vertical timeline that invites contemplation of the past and the processes that have led to the present. In the quiet depths of a blue hole, time seems to slow. The water is still, undisturbed by the currents that swirl above. Here, the remnants of ancient worlds are preserved, sheltered from the relentless pace of change. Fossils and sediments gather, layer upon layer, a silent archive of history waiting to be uncovered. These depths hold secrets not easily given up, secrets of climates long past and life forms that once thrived in conditions so different from today. The presence of a blue hole in the landscape is a gentle reminder of nature's capacity for surprise. It is a place where the expected meets the unexpected, where the known world touches the unknown. In these depths, one can find a sense of the sublime, an appreciation for the power and beauty of nature. The blue hole invites us to reflect on our place within this vast system, to consider the role we play in the ongoing story of the Earth. As the sun sets and the shadows lengthen, a blue hole becomes a darkened mirror of the sky above. Stars begin to appear, reflected on the surface like tiny points of light in the water. In this moment, one might feel a connection to the cosmos, an understanding that the depths of the Earth are as mysterious as the heavens. The blue hole, with its silent allure, offers a moment of introspection, a chance to consider the vastness of the universe and the small yet significant part we play within it. In the end, blue holes are more than just geographical features. They are symbols of the Earth's dynamic nature, of the forces that continue to shape our world in ways both visible and hidden. They remind us that beneath the surface, the planet is alive with processes that have been in motion for millions of years. And as we stand at the edge of a blue hole, peering into its depths, we are reminded that there is always more to discover, more to understand about the world we call home.